Alright, so this is going to be a review of the new Pulsar bungee. Yes, this is an updated version of the original MicroBungee. Thank you so much to Pulsar for sending this out to me. This comes in at $6.95. And use my links in the description. All that stuff saves you money. If you don't know what a bungee is, basically a bungee holds your cable up. If you're using a wired mouse, it keeps it from dragging on the ground. All that stuff. So you would put this basically in here. You would connect the mouse, and you would play just like this. But there's a problem with this. It might go up and down smoothly with a spring, but there's no side-to-side movement in these at all. And that's going to cause this to go like this. It causes a bad feeling. It sucks. You might end up moving your bungee. It's annoying. So Pulsar had a fix for this. And what they did was they made this. This is the Pulsar MicroBungee ES. So this thing has a ball bearing in it. I'll read you the back of this. If it's going to focus, it's been not focusing like all day. It's not going to focus. Okay. This says ball bearing in it. This says adhesive strip, and this says flexible arm cable. Anyway, if you don't know what a ball bearing is, it didn't really matter. It's basically something that lets it move. So this thing moves in a 360-degree motion. It can move anywhere, and it does not move up and down as much, but it doesn't really matter. Side to side is really what you want, and it's just a free range movement. So there are some instructions to set this up. I know this thing is tiny, but it does have instructions. Basically, you're going to have a plastic adhesive strip you have to take off. You're going to stick it onto your monitor, and then this little arm right here does detach. You're going to put the cable through this arm, right? And then you're going to stick it through the back of this hole right here, whatever side, and then you're just going to push it in. Just like this, push it in, and then you're done. And then the cable will be running through the back, and then you stick it under your monitor. And that's exactly what this thing says. Put it through the cable, stick it on the monitor. So we have gone over the pros of this thing. It's $6.95 compared to a $25 huge bungee. It's easily transportable. If you're in a LAN or playing esports, I mean, you put this thing wherever, and it won't break. It's made out of plastic, rubber up here, and it's plastic. It's gonna be fine. And they do give you an extra adhesive strip in the box. I used it because the adhesive does suck on this, but that's what we get to the pros, to the cons. And one problem with other bungees is there might be spurs at the top of this. I've seen this quite a bit because they're made very cheaply. On the plastic up here that can cut your cable. Obviously it won't happen because this is just rubber and it's fine. And it's tiny. It's free moving. It's going to hold your cable better, all that stuff. But there's a con. And that's not everybody will have a place to put this thing. Depending on, it's meant for your monitor, but I mean, you can obviously put it anywhere. But if your monitor's too low or super high and you can't fit the cable fully, it might be a problem. But that's the only con I can think of. It's super cheap, and it fits every cable. That's another thing I was going to say. So I have this mouse right here. It uses a hand-braided BBW wire. It's great. Obviously, it has no drag already because it's tiny, but it does fit in this bungee. It wraps around any cable you're going to put in it. That's a problem that I had with this bungee. The cable just falls out of this. Like this, it just falls out. It doesn't clamp around the cable. Cables fall out of these bungees. This thing clamps right around the cable, and it's going to stay in there until you take it out. Another thing is, it is kind of a pain to put in a ton of different cables, so I suggest just putting one USB-C cable in here and using that, because you can use this for wireless as well. Like if you have a dongle, if you have it here, I'll use this for example. If you have a dongle, right, and you put the cable through here, and then you just let it hang like this, it's hanging off your monitor. It clears up some clutter and it's closer to you. The connection's closer. So I know a lot of people do that with a lot of their bungees that they have laying around. So you could use this. But obviously, if you're a wired user in general, you need one of these. And I think honestly, anybody could use one of these. They're great. So if you don't have one of these, they're $6.95. Just buy one. You can buy like 3 or 4 of these for the price of one big thing, one big bungee. So just buy it. It's honestly great. There's no reason not to. It's super cheap. It's not going to break on you. And yeah, it's great. Just buy it. But that's going to be the end of this video. Peace.